very good evening to you. This first day of May 2017, exactly 98 days to the August 8th, this year's general election. And we here at KTN News, we don't cease to bring you those political conversation, even today being a public holiday, not much happening, but the political conversation keep going. And here on Choice 2017 tonight, we focus on wiper politics a bit. We'll talk about one of the hottest political topics in the country, and of course that is the Machakos gubernatorial race, the intrigues around it. First of all, the wiper gubernatorial nominations that happened yesterday. We'll take a look at what happened. A very hotly contested affair. We'll be getting a little deeper into that conversation. We'll also touch on the wiper politics in terms of the wiper position in the National Super Alliance following last week's announcement of the presidential flag bearer, with Kalonzo Musyoka being named the running mate or the deputy president position in that NASA setup. We'll talk about all those issues here on Choice 2017, and my guests are already here. We are speaking to the deputy governor in Machakos, Bernard Kiala, who has been a key stakeholder in the Machakos gubernatorial race intrigues. He will tell us from the horse's mouth what has been happening. We also have Muriuki Ndwiga, who is a wiper secretary in charge of politics and youth, who is also a National Executive Council member of the Wiper Party. We shall be engaging in that discussion very shortly. Many thanks for staying with us. Join us. And of course, we are asking you on our Twitter poll question, focusing on that topic on wiper. We're asking you, do you think the wiper nominations were free and fair? And this is generally across the country, especially in the wiper stronghold, that is Machakos, Makueni, and Kitui. Do you think the wiper nominations were free and fair? So let's start from Machakos. And former Kadiani Member of Parliament Wavinya is set to fly the Wiper Party gubernatorial flag in Machakos after she emerged winner in a nomination exercise that was contested by her rival, Deputy Governor Bernard Kiala. The county returning officer, Jacob Mutula, declared Wavinya the winner after she garnered 299,312 votes against Kiala's 4,663. Those are the numbers, sparking a wild celebrations by Wavinya's supporters. But Kiala, who had earlier moved to the political party's tribunal to challenge the hurriedly convened nomination exercise for the gubernatorial position, dismissed Wavinya's win, terming the nomination an exercise in futility. The tribunal, in a ruling dated April 29, 2017, had ordered for the postponement of the party's planned primaries, which were carried out on Sunday, and convened an inter-party hearing on May the 3rd, 2017, when all parties would be heard.
Honorable Wavinya Ndeti, she has garnered so far 178,000.
I want to take this opportunity to really thank them for turning out in large numbers to vote for me as their gubernatorial candidate for Wiper Democratic Movement. I want to assure the people of Machakos I shall give them real and tangible change in the following areas: economical, cultural, and social. I want to tell them in a few days, I'm going to launch my manifesto on the way forward in Machakos County, which I invite everyone to come and listen to what good plans we have for this lovely county.
It is a very big debate across all of Ukambani, and especially the county of Machakos. This conversation stemming from that agreement between Wavinya Ndeti's former party, the CCU, and Wiper, and the arrangement for her to be given a direct ticket. That is what we'll be getting into in a short while. But this is a conversation that has seemingly been giving the incoming governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, sleepless nights. He has been reacting to this, did react to this yesterday and today, rubbishing the nomination exercise for the Wiper Party in Machakos, saying that it was not carried out in a free and fair manner and that those numbers had been cooked. Let's listen into that.
It beats logic that, and any science, that Machakos, with about 450,000 registered voters, could have a candidate of one struggling party gather nearly 300,000 votes in a primary. Contrast this with Kiambu County, which has nearly 1 million voters, and where the winner of the gubernatorial race in Jubilee had also just over 300,000 votes. The reality is that less than 95,000 voters voted in Machakos, if that. It is clear that Wiper is getting desperate to the extent of defying court orders and cooking figures. Wiper Party has top lawyers in its leadership who are officers of the court and who understand what a court order is and who know that it is also illegal to cook figures. Shame on you, Kalonzo Musyoka and Wiper Party. Shame on you. Wiper Party should know that Wananchi are not stupid and that Maendeleo Chap has the full support of voters who are tired of lies, games, and lack of a stand by people who push politics of poverty.
Reactions there by the Machakos Governor, Dr. Alfred Mutua, and that is the discussion tonight. Remember, that is the basis of our Twitter poll question. We are asking you what you think about this whole issue, but we're asking specifically, do you think the Wiper Party nominations were free and fair across the board? Tell us what you think. Text us your views. You can tweet us at Ben_Kitili, at KTN News. The hashtag to use is Choice2017. Let's get straight into it, and I'm joined in studio here on the program by the Deputy Governor, Machakos, Bernard Kiala. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Good evening, viewers.
We also have Borioki Ndwiga, the Wiper Secretary in charge of politics and youth, who is also a NEC member of the Wiper Party. Thank you, sir, for joining us. We shall try to just delve into this conversation for the next 50 minutes or so, which has been making a very huge conversation across Machakos County, across the whole of Okambani. And of course, Wiper being a very important member of that National Super Alliance, it has become a sort of national conversation. So let's start, Mheshimiwa Deputy Governor, let's start with the nomination. If you can just take us through what happened, because there was an announcement that there will be nominations yesterday, and then there was a court injunction to stop the nominations. What has been the series of events? And what is your biggest problem with this affair?
I think for me to say that the nominations were hotly contested is actually to miss the point. As far as I'm concerned, it was a no contest in the sense that there was already a court order in place which had been served to Wiper, declaring that Wiper should not conduct any nominations for the position of governor. And there has been a series of events which led to this kind of a position. Going back to the National Executive, the National Election Board had announced that Wiper was to conduct nominations on 21st of April this month. However, when the date came, it so happened that it had to be changed from 21st to 25th on the allegation that Jubilee Party were also conducting their nominations on the same date. And something that, of course, really surprised many party members was how come that Jubilee Party, which is not very popular in our region, can actually affect Wiper nominations. So I think on the strength of that argument, which for me was not a valid point, they were pushed up to 25th of April. And as one of the candidates for the governorship in Machakos, I prepared. I went out to the people, we campaigned, prepared everything, and it was all systems go until on 24th. On 24th, an announcement was made again by the party Secretary General to the effect that there are some other political parties in Machakos who are planning to interfere with the nomination process in our county. And as such, the nominations for governor were to be postponed. They were cancelled. But nominations for the county representative, members of parliament, MCAs were not cancelled. But only specifically for the Machakos county governor were cancelled. And of course, we were invited to come to the Wiper house, myself and my opponents, namely Wavinya and our running mate, Peter Mathuki. And on 25th, I went to Wiper house. And of course, I found the deputy party leader, Honorable Farah Malim. And my opponents, none of them came in, except they sent their team of Lingo Council.
All right.
And when they came, they said the matter of Machakos gubernatorial wiper ticket is a done deal. It's not even contestable, because there is an existence of a coalition agreement between CCU and the wiper. And in that agreement, Wavinya Ndeti will be the governor, and the running mate is to be Peter Mathuki, and they should not go through a nomination process.
All right.
So the information I got at that date was that there should not be any nominations for the position of governor in Machakos. So
that prompted you to go to court.
That explains why the nominations were cancelled on 24th.
All right.
It was not because of any political party wishing to interfere with the nomination exercise, but specifically because of that coalition agreement, which had been signed and deposited the electoral political parties.
All right. Let me stop you there. We'll continue with that issue of the court order. Mr. Ndwiga, did the Wiper Party not plan, was this part of the plan from the word go, that this was a foregone conclusion, the coalition agreement? I mean, were there any plans toward nominations for the governor's position?
Asante sana, Ben. I really want to thank you for inviting us here. And one thing that I must say is that Wiper Democratic Movement Kenya, this is a national party. We have conducted nominations in Kisii County. We have conducted nominations in Kilifi, in Mombasa, in Kitui, in Makueni, and they're actually all over, including Nairobi, the capital. Wiper is a very peaceful political party. You have not seen us, it does not have any nomination issues, really much, or if there is any.
This is a big one, though.
Okay.
This is a big one.
But now, when it comes to Machakos, Machakos is a very different issue. Right. Because number one, and of course, I want to congratulate, Deputy Governor Kiala for continuing to stand with Wiper in Machakos, although the governor, kicked him out, and we have really supported him, both morally and whichever way he wanted. He sits with me in the neck of the party, of course, and the rest of the people. So he's part and parcel of the management of our party, even at the national level. And I want to say that there's something, he has either omitted it or he has deliberately not said it, that when there was a leaders' meeting in Emali, of course, present, there was the party chairman and other leaders, of which includes the former Kathiani MP, Honorable Wavinya Ndeti, the Iala MP, Honorable Peter Mathuki, and Mheshimiwa Deputy Governor Kiala here. He was also present in that meeting. And because we were really seeking for the unity of the Eastern, of the Lower Eastern, all right? And even including Mheshimiwa Katuku was there, Mheshimiwa Charity Ngilu was there. And when it came to the chance of Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki to speak, he actually stood and said, for the sake of the development agenda of the people of Machakos County. Of course, as Wiper, we stand for 24-hour economy, we stand for equity and all that kind of stuff. So for the sake of delivering all that we stand for to Machakos County, there was the need for everybody to declare publicly that they would step down, for whoever, for the sake of that unity. Right. So Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki, because he had the microphone, he was not the master of ceremony, but he had the microphone. He asked Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti to stand. He asked Mheshimiwa Kiala to stand. And he said, him as Peter Mathuki, he was willing to step down for the sake of delivering that service to the people of Machakos, and he would step down either for Mheshimiwa Kiala or for Mheshimiwa Ndeti. All right. And he also asked them, each of them, to declare publicly and promised the Wananchi that they were also willing to step down. All right. Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti took the microphone and she said that I am willing to step down for either Mathuki or for Kiala, even if I don't get the governor, for the sake of Machakos people. When it came to the chance of Mheshimiwa Kiala said, I am ready to be the governor of Machakos. So there was no that willingness to try to accommodate everybody else. All right. And after that meeting, the Honorable Wavinya and Honorable Mathuki, because they were both willing. Actually, they even invited Mheshimiwa Kyala for talks. Mheshimiwa Kyala refused to go for talks. But Mheshimiwa Wavinya and Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki went for talks.
Right.
And when we were receiving Mheshimiwa Wavinya into Wiper, you know, she was actually the party leader of CCU. But she decided to leave that post, being a leader of a political party, and come just as an individual, just a normal party member.
All right.
She agreed to come and join the party, just 1 minute. And when we were receiving her, when she came to speak, she said that she and Mheshimiwa Mathuki had sat down and agreed, because Mathuki had already agreed to step down for anybody who was willing. They said that we have therefore agreed that Wavinya will be the governor and Peter Mathuki will be the running mate. After that, we did not expressly give Mheshimiwa Wavinya the ticket, because we knew Mheshimiwa Kyala also wanted to be the governor of Machakos. And we said that they will be subjected to nomination. And that is why the nominations actually took place yesterday.
All right, so the question is,
Yeah.
if Wiper was planning to have nominations all along, why the postponements and no solid reasons for that? The lay person and pundits are saying that Wiper didn't plan to hold nominations at all. It was planning to have consensus or to give a direct ticket to Wavinya Ndeti all along.
We were not at whatever point, we were not planning to do anything like direct ticket, but we were actually planning for the nominations. The reason why the nominations was cancelled on 25th, like Mheshimiwa Kyala says, is because we really wanted to see, you know, Mheshimiwa Kyala, Mheshimiwa Wavinya, and Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki become a team.
All right.
To, you know, to be able to serve the people of Machakos. We had his interests, absolutely without any reservations, to ensure that him, Mheshimiwa Kyala, and Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki and Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti would be able to serve the people of Machakos at whatever capacity, because they were actually willing to step down.
What is your reaction to the Emali declaration and your utterances then?
I think for me, the Emali declaration was more like a setup. And what I was called upon to declare whether I would wish to sacrifice or to step down or to do whatever it was, I came out very, very clearly, because I knew exactly what I wanted. And I told them that I am ready, and I'm ready to be the governor of Machakos. But again, what my friend is talking about also is changing the narrative, especially in regard to why nominations were cancelled on 24th. He says it was to give room for Mheshimiwa Ndeti and Mathuki and myself to sit down and come up with a consensus and agree. But he fails to tell you that on 24th, the party leader and the party secretary general and the CCU fraternity signed an MOU, a coalition agreement, giving Wavinya a direct nomination and appointing Mathuki to be a running mate. And that agreement was deposited with the register of political parties, showing for sure that Wiper did not at any one time intend to conduct free and fair nominations. And as I said, my wish has always been that for the people of Machakos to be given a fair opportunity to choose who would fly the Wiper ticket.
All right.
That's what I've said all through.
I think.
What is your take on the issue of that pact that was signed between CCU and Wiper?
I think it is important for us really to be honest with ourselves. And it is not easy for somebody to leave their own political party, where they are the party leader, come to a party, be a normal member, not even sitting in the neck, not holding any position, but just a normal member, and then be willing to go through nomination. We saw yesterday Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti going through the nomination. When Mheshimiwa Kyala says in a national television that the Wiper Democratic Movement Kenya only wanted to give Wavinya Ndeti a direct ticket, I think that's a lie. Because the fact that, you know, actually in the neck where myself and Mheshimiwa Kyala and the rest sit, we gave our party leader direct prerogative to go and negotiate, to try to bring Mheshimiwa Wavinya, Mheshimiwa Charity Ngilu, Mheshimiwa Katuku of PTP, and Mheshimiwa Kivutha Kibwana into Wiper. We give him that prerogative. But we did not ask him to, you know, to make decisions that may affect the running of the party. And that is why even Mheshimiwa Kyala asked, at one time in a NEC meeting, he asked the National Elections Board to assure him that his name was at the ballot for nomination, which was actually done.
The declaration at Emali,
Yeah.
what was supposed to say? Wasn't it a setup, like you say?
It was absolutely
to put
not
him
a
on the
setup.
in the corner, so that he can be coerced to step down.
You see,
for
you see, Ben, Mheshimiwa Kiala had declared his interest to run for governor of Machakos. Mheshimiwa Peter Mathuki had declared his interest to run as governor of Machakos. Mheshimiwa Wavinya Ndeti had declared her interest. In fact, she ran last time as governor of Machakos. So what is the problem when the three of you come and say, for the interest of Machakos people, I am ready to step down for any of you? And the same way you say that you're also willing to step down for us. What was so difficult in doing so?
All right.
Yeah.
I think my friend may not know exactly what's so difficult in doing that, because this is politics. And we've also made a lot of sacrifice and investment. So for him to imagine that someone could just casually say, I step down or I do what, it's not possible. What I would ask him to respond to, yes, Wiper National Executive Council gave the party leader the mandate to go and negotiate with other political parties. But the negotiations and whatever they were to come up with had to be ratified by the National Executive Council, and 2/3 of the members of NEC must vote for whatever agreement has been agreed upon.
All right.
That did not happen. But my question to my friend here is, all along I was told there was going to be nomination for the governor on 25th. But it is cancelled on 24th, and the reason given is different from what he's talking about. For me, the true reason why the nominations were cancelled on 25th is because of the existence of this document, which gives Wavinya Ndeti and Mathuki express nomination to fly the Wiper ticket.
So
Then I think, Mheshimiwa Kiala, you should also be able to know that between the cancellation on 24th and yesterday, the 30th, what really changed? If so, you feel that the reason why actually the nominations were not cancelled, they were just postponed.
all right.
Yeah.
So I understand there was an injunction to stop the nominations yesterday. Did Wiper break the law to hold nominations? All the same.
Wiper did not break any law because it was not served with any papers whatsoever from the court or any injunction. We were not served.
All right, you're watching Choice 2017 here on KTN News. We are going on a quick commercial break. We are talking about the gubernatorial impasse that has been on the Wiper Democratic Movement Kenya in the county of Machakos concerning the nominations that were supposedly held yesterday, giving Wavinya Ndeti a win. Bernard Kiala insists he did not participate in those nominations, therefore it was a no contest. When we return, we take a look at the way forward. What's the way forward in terms of that matter as far as that is concerned? The matter awaits a court hearing on Wednesday, I believe. We shall be hearing what next for Bernard Kiala, and also speak about the Wiper position in the National Super Alliance, what these gentlemen think about what their party, the deal that their party has got in that National Super Alliance setup. Don't go too far. This is Choice 2017 here on KTN News.